So, kind of been thinking, and I know the topic of struggles, or the idea of struggles, is kind of on my mind, and it's kind of spurred from personal experiences and kind of mixed with conversations that I had with some guys last night. It's I mean, we've all got them in some way, shape, or form. We've all got some type of struggle, and I feel like I feel like the word struggle is kind of a sort of a vague term. You know, some people think of sins, and others think of vices, and some think of actual, hardships. But I really think struggles they're things that we all go through. They're hard things. They challenge us. Sometimes they can get to us, and sometimes I think they actually help to refine us. And I'm gonna say, as a Christian, yeah, I mean, still have struggles. I'm still a human being. I am saved and I'm redeemed, but yeah, I still have things that I struggle with. Now, does that mean that I go to those things and seek comfort? Like, if you're somebody that struggles with sex or porn, or maybe it's alcohol, or maybe you're just a glutton, you eat too much, or maybe you struggle with pride, or being abusive in a relationship, or whatever it is. I think sometimes we find our comfort in struggles, and so yeah, it's like, you have struggles, but you don't run to those for comfort. Those aren't places that we should go to seek refuge or find comfort. I mean, that's kind of counterproductive. That's kind of going the opposite direction. And it's not healthy. So so I don't know. I mean, whatever it is that you would say that you're struggling with, maybe it's struggling with school, maybe it's struggling with finances. I mean, really, it can be anything. You don't have to bear the weight and the burden of that all by yourself. You're not alone. No matter what it is that you're going through, you're not by yourself. You're not alone. We often think that we are, and we're not, though. So, I would encourage you to, find, and don't just talk to every single person you find, but find some good, solid people. Find some friends. Find some people that can keep you accountable, that can check up on you and see how things are going. I would crack open a Bible and see what's in there that has to do with whatever it is that you're facing. Look into it. But you don't have to take it and bear it all by yourself. Everything that we go through was put on the cross, and Christ took all of our mess and all of our junk and the things that we do and say, and just all of our mess, and he took that and paid the price for it, and redeemed us and set us free from that. And if I hand you something and say, this is yours, and no strings attached, there, you don't have to You don't have to work for it. You don't have to try to be good enough. You don't have to prove that you're good enough. I mean, I feel like I would be a fool if I turned down a free gift, you know. And when you're looking at something that has an eternal impact, I mean, I don't know about you, but the idea of forever and always being alone and in the dark and, you know, in pain, anguish, whatever, that just does not exactly sound like the eternity that I want to spend. I would rather spend my eternity with joy and gratitude and blessings, and whatever, you know. And so that's available to you. That is something that you can have right this second. You know. Now, does that mean that all the struggles, everything that you're wrestling with, that you go through, or the things that you're facing, does that mean that they're all going to just instantly just vanish and disappear or go away? No, probably not. You know, there are consequences. You know, if you drive drunk and you hit somebody, there's a consequence for that. You know, if I'm riding my bike and I hop out on the highway and I just decide to go 140, of course I'm on a mule, so I'd only do like 120, but you know, if I decide to go, you know, above the speed limit, then I've got to answer for that in a couple of ways, because that's, you know, if police officer, state trooper, whoever finds me and stops me, well, that's kind of my own fault. You know, that's my responsibility, and I brought that on myself. You know, I'm still saved. You know, that doesn't disqualify me, but I have to pay the price for that. You know, but I just, yeah. So anyway, you know, there are things that, sure, you're not going to be able to get out from under. You know, it's like if you've squandered away, you know, a whole bunch of income on something that, you know, is way outside your means of living, yeah, you're probably going to have some debt problems. But, you know, it is possible with time to, you know, come out of that, you know. And I think tapping into what the Bible has to say about finances and just being smart about stuff, I mean, that can help that out. So anyway, but this idea of trying to take on, you know, all these different things by yourself and doing it alone, dang it, this is the second time this has happened. You don't have to do that alone. You don't have to do it on your own. It's something that, you know, there's grace and there's forgiveness, but yeah, sure, we still have to answer for things that we've done, you know, but yeah. Anyway, so just thinking about struggles and thinking about things that we all go through, you know, and sometimes, yeah, it just seems like the cards are stacked against you, and, you know, the world is fighting against you. Everything's trying to keep you down, you know. But I think if you have Christ, if you have salvation, and I can't explain it, but there is a peace that, you know, it doesn't matter what tomorrow brings. I mean, sure, yeah, I can have moments where, just like David in the Psalms, it's like, why God, why do you let this happen to me? What's going on? Why? And yet, in the middle of it, I can still say why, and yet I can still recognize that, what? Yes, God, you are above all, and you know all of this stuff. None of this is new, and so I will trust. Is that easy? Not all the time, but anyway. So, like I said, just I guess some encouragement to let you know that you don't have to struggle alone, that you don't have to take on whatever you are doing on your own and by yourself, and to know that ultimately, no matter what your relationships like, or what they have been, what your relationships have been here on earth, you have an advocate with Christ who intercedes, and you have a heavenly Father who wants to bless you and wants to take care of you, who has already paid the price, who's already taken everything. So anyway, so just some thoughts. It's not the perfect conversation monologue. It's not that's not 100%. It's probably not 1,000% sound on everything, but just to get you thinking, just to get you started on wherever you're at, whatever road you're on, there is hope, and there is a light, and there is a peace, and there is a future. So anyway, with that, I'll sign off, and you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you later. Be blessed.